Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Priestess. We're going to have a conversation about my spiritual journey, and I'm going to have some nuggets of wisdom with where I'm at right now. So, y'all sit back, relax, hit that subscribe button, set those bell notifications, hit that intro. Right now, about it's been several years actually since I began my deconstruction journey. I started my deconstruction journey um, actually in 2010, and I started deconstructing and reconciling my sexuality with my faith. And through many trials, through many bumps and roads, and ultimately transitioning while in ministry, and then ultimately leaving Christianity, I still deconstructed a lot throughout that time. But during the pandemic, starting in 2020, that's when the real deconstruction began. That's when I reached one of the many pinnacles of deconstruction. And in the time that I've been deconstructing, I have really I've really not been looking into other spiritual practices. I have started doing tarot. I was giving readings, but I stepped back a little bit and really wanted to continue to do my shadow work before I try to help others spiritually. Now, granted, I was a licensed and ordained minister in Christianity, and I have some experience in spirituality within the Christian lens. But my desire is to experience spirituality outside of the Christian lens. So right now, I'm doing my work. The first thing that you always do when you are in a period of deconstructing, make sure that you are doing your shadow work. That's something you should be doing in the first place when you recognize that you need to become a better person or that you want something different. That's when you start digging deep into the stuff. And on the spiritual journey, I'm not willing to tie myself to anything that's hierarchical or anything that resembles Abrahamic religions at this point. I've really been studying and researching on venerating my ancestors. Um, and I've been doing my research on various modes of spirituality within the Black African American sector. Of spirituality and even studying witchcraft, so to speak. I've been reading this book here called Witchcraft for Beginners, a simple introduction to magic. You might can see this is a little bit earlier to the modern witch. I'm having to start this over because I got distracted from reading, but I've always been interested in practicing other modes of spirituality. And to me, witchcraft is just a mode of spirituality in which you commune with divine in your own special way, how you communicate with Mother Nature, how you commune within yourself. And I'm spending this time reconnecting with me, first and foremost, reconnecting with who I am as a human being, my likes, my dislikes, myself as a woman. Because for so long I lived in the box of what Christianity told me that I should live in. And for so long I lived in a binary mode of thinking due to Christianity and other factors as to how Christianity got to be upon Black people. But through this journey, I've made a conscious decision not to run after anybody to find a spiritual mentor because I've dealt with that for most of my life. Right now, I want to explore for myself. Now, I do have people that I follow, people that I know that I can go to if I need spiritual advice because they are very well experienced. They are um, very sincere, authentic, and genuine. They are the real deal. And for those of you who are like me, you are starting your spiritual journey, whether it be deconstructing from Christianity or you're deconstructing from some other spiritual belief system, even if you're coming out of a cult or you may have been taught certain things, you have to be open to change, but also you can't be in a rush to gravitate to the next best thing. Because as you deconstruct, there are still going to be things that linger on. There are going to be still things, certain routines that you keep up with, and you start breaking those habits. Like one night I was in bed and I'm preparing to go to bed, ruminating in my mind over what I had planned for the week. And I said to myself, I said, I don't pray anymore. I ain't prayed in a long time. And I started replacing prayer time with gratitude time. That's time that I communicate with my ancestors. I play music to set the tone for my day. I get my mind right, especially in the mornings when I wake up. But also, I also check in with myself. When you check in yourself, that's also doing the spiritual work. Spiritual work, people make spiritual work seem so spooky. It's not spooky at all. It's connecting with your inner self, it's connecting with your ancestors, it's connecting with that spiritual realm. Because because spiritual realm is so vast. In my honest belief, I from my experience, God is so vast that we can't put her in a box. We can't put God in a box. God is not monotheistic, it's not monodeity. It's several things. It's our ancestors, it's energy. It all works together. That's how I feel. And we could all be wrong in this thing. We could all be wrong in practicing spirituality. But certain things still linger on for me. I still listen to gospel music. However, I'm real cognizant of certain lyrics, certain songs I won't listen to. And certain songs I've changed to venerate my ancestors, to venerate how they have fought for me to be able to exist, their sacrifices, the things that they've been through, my trans ancestors who went through trials and tribulations, even giving their life so that I could have a better tomorrow. And I look at that as how the Christian church does with Jesus. Little do they know, they'll freak out when they say that when I say this. But I've run into a lot of Christians that say I'm worshiping my ancestors. No, I'm venerating my ancestors, much like you all do Jesus with communion. The only thing I don't do is I don't partake of the body and of the blood of Christ. I don't do that symbolism because I don't do cannibalism, baby. And how for me, how I venerate my ancestors is through music and offerings. Through music and offerings. And I love the relationship that I have with my ancestors. I love it. I respect my ancestors. And the ancestors that I really connect with are the ones that I really have gotten to know. I feel the presence of my other ancestors as well that I didn't know, but I feel them. And I've seen pictures of other ancestors and that I know were worthy of all of the accolades that they have. And in the spiritual walk, I recognize that a lot of things that we practice in Christianity, we as a people did in our culture prior to colonization, but it was demonized. And so now certain things I don't do anymore. I don't I don't do the whole tithing and offering thing. Like I don't do that. That make no sense to me. I'm gonna talk about it in another video. But there are just still certain things like even with praise breaks, I still love a good praise break. And every now and then I may hit me a little two-step. We danced prior to colonization. So the melody still lingers on, as Shaka Khan said. That still lingers on for me. And however, other things that may linger are some of the ideologies. One of the ideologies that I really deal with is this: you have to be careful at what you do because God is always watching you. That created so much trauma with me because I was scared to even be naked in my own house because I felt that God would judge me for being a nudist. I don't do all that. I ain't naked and ashamed no more. That's another video I did. Check that out. And one of the other ideologies is dealing with the rapture and the second coming of Christ. That also created a lot of urgency to get stuff done, to try to rush and have a music career, and never really living in the moment. I'm at a point now in my life to where I'm actually able to just sit and be in the fucking moment. And I love having that peace of mind that comes from deconstruction. That's why I'm not in a rush to be a part of some kind of organized setting. That's just me. I'm not proclaiming to be a witch or anything. I'm just me. I'm just a spiritual being. And I have proclaimed being a spiritual being for a long time, even while I still attended church. Now, there are some times to where part of me wants to visit the church, but where I'm at now, I'm good. I can just watch a church video on TV and still have that church in my house. I can have church smoking a blunt like I am now. Church is not just limited to Christianity. You can call it church, me time, get up and go, and it's whatever you call your time, where you commune with spirit. Make it yours. Make it authentic to you. But I cannot say enough. Don't be hesitant to jump on another bandwagon. Take that time and figure out who you are outside of spirituality. Figure out who you are without a religious context. And right now, I can tell you, I realize I'm the blunt smoking auntie. That's the thought. Okay. For those of y'all done seen my OnlyFriends page. Y'all know what it gives. All right. But I just wanted to share this a little bit with y'all. Y'all, please share with me, what has your spiritual journey been like? Please share with me. I love y'all so much. Y'all love me free from the priestess. Smooches.